Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video title is What If Naruto and Issei Are Curbstomped? Part 2. Before I start this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Let's start this video. Hey Issei, I've got a plan, whispered Naruto to Issei. Let's hear it, said Issei, whose eyes rolled into the back of his head quickly before going back. Whatever you're planning, it's completely useless. You're the bad guys. Good guys like me always win, said all the anti-Narutos who were just conveniently standing there in their uncanny physical similarity to the original Naruto. You're not the good guys, anti-Naruto. In fact, I don't care if we're the villains of the story or not. I just want to go back home and forget about all those things related to fanfiction as soon as possible, said Issei. And I have a manga to finish. It's definitely gonna end sometime this year, dat bail, said Naruto, who changed a few Gudodamas into kunai instead of staffs. As soon as I finish you both off here, I will enter canon and replace the both of you. What? The moment I enter canon, the sales will go through the roof. Don't you get it? You're both weak. No one wants to see you around any longer. Nobody. Shut up. This probably won't be the last time I'm gonna say this. But shut up. We have better things to do, so shut up and let's fight, said Issei before both him and Naruto got into a battle stance. You ready, Naruto? Said Issei. Ready, said Naruto. Boost this again, said. You know it's not gonna work. The anti-Narutos, transfer, get ready anti-Naruto. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, said Naruto as the number of clones he now had exceeded that of canon. The anti-Narutos looked on to the clones that managed to completely outnumber them and smirked. One of your signature techniques from canon, huh? What did I say? Unversatile, unscaled and Oirokjayaku Haramu no Jutsu. All the anti-Naruto's jaws dropped at the massively lewd, stupid, funny and completely unpredictable technique. To make things better, they were so shocked they couldn't move due to their minds trying to make sense of it all. Kurama, said Naruto as Kurama responded, let's kill these guys. I am not a woman. Naruto then promptly entered Baijiu mode. Now a giant glowing kitsune appeared. Whoa, I wonder how Yasaka would feel about this guy, thought Issei. Dreg, let's help too. Let's do this. Issei flew inside the giant glowing kitsune. Its energy helped heal his injuries at an incredible rate from within the armor. I feel like I can do anything. Hey Baijiu siblings, let's play poker again after we finish these fuckers. Yeah, said all the Baijiu at the same time. Now play whatever awesome anime music you can find, because I have no idea if this next scene is awesome or not. The anti-Narutos looked on in awe at the sheer maybe awesomeness as Kurama was being covered in crimson armor, while its arms and tails now looked like boosted gears. Boost 11. The sound of the boost caused the massive shockwave that blew them all away. Boost 11. Boost 11. Holy shit, thought all the anti-Narutos at the same time. They were going to be curb-stomped by the owners of Shonen Energy, which was totally not a rip-off of SP and RAL Energy. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Now thousands of Baijiu modes without the armor appeared. Each Baijiu mode started preparing. Baijiu were not gonna lose, said all the anti-Narutos at once as they all combined into an eldritch abomination which was not only made up of anti-Narutos but replacement size and self-inserts who were using the dead skins of many different crossover characters as well as the bodies of Ox who were self-inserts. The massive Su energy rivaled that of the Shonen Energy, and yes, the author was pulling this from his ass. Take this. Mega Ultimate Super Awesome Not Weak Not Self-Insert Lemon. The giant Su threw a giant lemon at the Baijiu modes, killing a number of them, but the Baijiu modes all concentrated their fire at the giant Su's family, Jewels. That's not fair, said the giant Su. You don't hit my Before it could finish what it was saying, the main Vegeta mode covered in armor promptly hit the Su's balls with a Rasengan. KO boom. The giant Su exploded from the sheer amount of semi-genuine awesomeness. What did I do wrong? I just wanted to have sex and have a harem. The remains of the giant Su said in a solemn tone. I totally understand your feelings, bro. Said Saihu. Everyone Naruto, all Baijiu and Drake looked up with a dumbstruck expression. Which basically said you're agreeing with him. Suddenly a giant arm holding Sai's harem appeared. Sai. Right as. The red armoron in the Baijiu mode promptly disappeared as Rias flew to Sai's location and hugged him. The remains of the Su looked on in silent fury, jealousy. Why did a loser like Sai get Rias? He should have Rias and the rest of Sai's harem for himself. Rias. What are you doing with that pervert? Don't you remember that it was me who you reincarnated? That it was me who beat up Race before the giant Su could continue. Rias, acting completely on instinct, used extinguished star. The aurora sphere that was a mix of black and crimson pulled the giant Su's remains towards it and completely destroyed it. What was that? Asked Rias. Nothing, just the manifestation of thousands or hundreds of fanfiction writers' desire to have sex with Sai's harem, responded the voice that brought them here, who sounded like he had been physically hurt. See you sometime in an actual crossover fic Naruto. Said Seitan Naruto, who promptly smiled and said you too Sai as they both did a fist bump at the same time. Kurama bade goodbye to the Vegeta siblings and said good luck at beating the progenitor of all chakra. Good luck with withstanding the fact that your user's a pervert who thanks to him you got the name Qissei. Chuhutai Dreg promptly got a bottle of scotch he stole from their place and began drinking. The giant arms then brought them back to their home universes. Sai, I've got a plan. Whispered Naruto. Sai then brought himself up near Naruto in order to listen to whatever insane plan he's got to save them from this impossible situation. The determinator trait found in all generic shonen manga heroes. Well, what a pathetic trait. You should just give up, really. We have plans for the both of you, or should we say your bodies? Said all the Ninos. Naruto in name onlys. Seeing as how powerful they were, it could be said that they could simply power their way through any situation, though there didn't exist much of a challenge to any of them in any fic that they ever appeared in. What they would do with Naruto and Sai's bodies was something neither Naruto or Sai cared to listen to. They had a goal of returning to their respective series and continuing them till they completely end. It's not useless, Nino. We're still here. Shouted Naruto. We're almost at our limits, but we're still going to keep on fighting. The both of us have people waiting for us, and we're gonna come back to them, but not before kicking your ass, Nino. You know what? We will just stand here and see what you're going to do next. We hope that it's worth our time. Now all the Ninos did a Mary Sue armfold, badass armfold, while looking down at Sai and Naruto with smug grins. Boost. The sound signaling the doubling of Sai's power was heard by all. Transfer, just like before. Naruto's power greatly increased to phenomenal heights. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Shouted Naruto, as the number of clones he had created managed to almost rival the number of Ninos present. Your favorite jutsu? Well, looks like we are completely justified in killing you for resorting to the same sets of jutsu as before. You truly are weak. The Ninos just kept that smug look of superiority plastered on their faces, along with the mixed feelings of arrogance, jerk swoobiness, Casanova personalities, and the distinct anticipatory pleasure that came from bashing unlikable characters to the point of oblivion. Just felt strong massive Gonkaram no Jutsu. Suddenly every single clone was replaced by the weirdest and some could say ugliest beings in existence. What was worse, they were all making out. Had no one noticed, but right before Naruto said those words both Naruto and Issei had closed their eyes, obviously not wanting to scar their minds to the point of never-ending madness. The effect of the massive gong harem no jutsu wasn't exactly deadly to say the least. What, and so on. All the Ninos just kept on saying what repeatedly, though of course it wouldn't last for more than a few minutes. Let's do this. Naruto and Issei then smashed both their clenched fists against each other in a manner reminiscent of how Naruto and his so-called deadbeat father Minato did before. However, the results were massively different. Recommended kill law kills Aoi Ayers Sanbika, both their forms dissolved into energy before greatly expanding. The two masses of energy then turned into giant sphere-shaped balls, of highly condensed energy. The first one composed of chakra, whilst the second one being composed of both dragonic mostly and demonic energy. They then collided with one another and reformed into an even bigger amount of energy, this time the shape of an egg. The egg started making sounds that were able to even cause shockwaves that could be felt from the outside. Something was inside. Finally, a small piece of the egg came off. A red eye could be seen. Boom. The egg exploded with tremendous amounts of force, enough to push away all the Ninos, with the unfortunate side effect of waking them from their trauma. The being that was in the egg was massive. It easily eclipsed the size of both the Great Tread and the Shinju itself. This is the final shonen upgrade. It was a massive suit, of armor colored both red and orange at the same time. Somehow it looked to be a combination-sized juggernaut driving Cardinal Crimson promotion as well as Naruto's Rikito Senjutsu. It shouldn't have even been possible. What the before the Nino, specifically the is pilot. Naruto could say another word, Issei plus Naruto, quickly formed a mini Baijadama Rasen Shuriken with one finger and threw it. Seeing one of their fellow Ninos fall made all the Ninos go into rage. How dare you! They then promptly fired off their numerous attacks at Issei, only for him to somehow create millions of Gudodama that all combined to become a massive shield before reforming their individual appearances to become dragons and miniature versions of the Baiju themselves. All of these powerful beings promptly started attacking the Ninos, killing a few more. Dragon shot. A number of incoming Gudodama beasts were hit by a large amount of laser coming from a different direction. The one that shot it was ... Issei, end of song. What the hell? Issei, the massive armor composed of both Naruto and Issei's powers, pointed at the fake Issei who appeared. Ninos, you seem to be having some trouble. The Ninos smiled at the timely arrival at the being who looked like Issei but at the same time was not. The mix from canon or annoying disgusting vermin. That's why we're here. The next thing Issei knew surrounding him were a number of Isseis in name-onlys. Think lots of different powers, like being the descendant of gods from different mythologies. Ikigos in name-onlys. Think of one with lots of powers like the Quincy's bow, which isn't exactly something you'd see him with, along with lots of Kido and Holo/Rankar/Wizard energy attacks. Ikika's a name-onlys. Well, to be honest, he isn't badass. He's quite boring. Reading the lane wasn't worth it. Shires and name-onlys, for some reason people tend to do completely unnecessary things like turn him into a devil or give him larger, magic, demonic energy reserves, when he's already a Charlie-atless superpower. Badass normal. An example of heart is an awesome power, and have him do things like unnecessarily use things like noble phantasms when he doesn't need to, like that Akam cross I read, though he was more in character, to be honest. And the both of you are finished. The Ninos smiled at those words, before one with the Rinnegan, whose smile was larger than the others, moved forward and said Kuchiyos no Jutsu. The amount of smoke that appeared was massive. Your dream of harem king is stupid. Both because it's perverted. The smoke went away to reveal what was inside. And that's because we already are, harem king. Girls from different series: Sakurai, Justice League, Young Justice, Infinite Stratos, Fate, Alive, High School DxD and many other series appeared. All ready to do battle. Seeing what just happened threw Sai off his mind, making control of the giant Jaeger. Giant shonen upgrade armor go away. Naruto looked on dumbstruck at what happened to his fellow co-pilot. Shonen like that they had granted the many Ninos, other in-name only characters and docs the time to do their own final form. All the Ninos, other in-name onlys and docs turned into massive amounts of energy and collided with one another. While the girls from all those series attacked Isto, damaging the massive armor that could have crushed them. The energy then reformed into a much smaller form. Recommended JoJo's Bizarre Adventure 2012, Avalon. Both Naruto and Sai regained their senses fast, enough to swipe away a few of the girls attacking, though the part that was Sai of Isto made sure to avoid hitting his friends even as he was hit by an extinguished star from Rias. They then both momentarily ignored the hermits attacking them to focus on the being before them. Its physical appearance could be said to easily put the work of a Greek sculptures to shame, as it easily surpassed any being to the point of looking so perfect that it wasn't human. The amount of power it radiated was for a moment sensed only once, and it went from massively large to completely immeasurable. There was no doubt that this was the ultimate protagonist. Pronounced Qissei, the ultimate protagonist combined all the great and powerful traits of all characters, both antagonists and protagonists, and easily surpassed them in every single category. Qissei was a Shinigami, Quincy, Reincarnated, Wizard, Fullbringer, Jinchuriki of the Juhubai, Shinobi, possessor of all Kekkai Genkai including 3 Dojutsu, master of all jutsus, Magi, Mage, Magus, Warlock, Priest, Exorcist, Shaman, Psychic, Esper, Sorcerer, Mutant, Yukai, Akashi, Demon, Devil, Fallen Angel, Angel, Spirit, Eldritch Abomination from a neighboring planet, Warrior, Expert Swordsman, Genius, Archer, Rogue, Death Knight, Is Pilot, Gundam Pilot, Tegu User, Holy Sword User, Demonic Sword User, Dragonborn, Vampire, Immortal, Demigod, Longinus Class Sacred Seer User, Devil Fruit User, Alchemist, Assassin, Mercenary, Expert Gun User, Is Engineer, Spartan, Space Marine, Male Pandora, Inquisitor, Wizard, Expert Martial Artist and many, many more. It was an impossible existence, that was what made it so powerful. It was truly incomprehensible. It kicked reason to the curveball while not being hot-blooded. Truly there was no hope. Before Isto knew it, they were attacked by multiple attacks, spells and techniques that within the span of half a second managed to completely shatter the massive armor and separate the two. The readers will no longer have to suffer both your presences. Qissei held both Naruto and Sai down by the neck and crushed them till their breaths were gone. Its abilities made it so that even attempted intervention from either Drake of the Baiju wouldn't work even if they tried to try. The last thing on both their minds were how cruel the author was to do that, probably did it for the lulz, anyway, and see the reviewers' reactions. After they were dead, Qissei puked 2 forms, a Nino and a Ino. Both entered the dead bodies by literally stepping inside their mouths before Qissei sent them to their home series. The series would probably do better now that that's over. Bad and author's notes: this is a parody. A terrible parody. It's shitty writing. Call me whatever you want for posting this hypocrite, asshole, canon Nazi, shitty writer, shitty Filipino. That's low, you freaking racists. Plus I don't even play Dota. But as one person said before, and I'm quoting, this website is fanfiction. Do you know what the meaning of fan and fiction? Where people are free to use their imagination. There's no character rules should be like what you describe. We free to do what we want. You cannot change that. If you do not like it, you do not have to read it. Ignore all of that. You want to read some story about canon Naruto or Issei, right? Read the manga or anime. God damn it. Let Toic, or Hawk, or whatever you called it roaming free. You're just a hypocritical bastard who don't have anything to do other than rambling like an idiot. Sorry about my English. English not my first language. I still have many things to say, but our language barrier make it hard to do. I'm an asshole, I freely admit that, but as those guys from before said, we're free to write what we want no matter how stupid it is or how much we bash. I'm guilty though. I stopped guys like Qissei and demote him into everybody's bot monkey while ignoring any of his redeeming qualities for whatever reason you want to justify whatever shit he'll be put through.